All right. Hey guys, welcome to the Cage Cast. This is going to be the pilot episode with Ooh. And on the pilot episode, we have a special guest, the one, the only, Praise. Introduce
real
yourself.
Hello, I'm Praise. I'm a DJ, I'm a streamer, I'm a funny guy, I'm French, and I'm Canadian. That's that's pretty much the only thing you need to know.
French.
The entire key, yeah, big French.
Omelette du fromage.
Is that the only thing? Is that the only thing you can say? Because I know that's a request on your streams. Omelette du fromage.
Yeah. So like whenever someone does that on for my channel points, it's 2 minutes. I can only say omelette du fromage.
Oh, people try to make me speak French before
Mm-hmm.
in my stream, but it's so weird. Like, it's hard to speak French when you're not on. Yeah, it's like you can't just really ask me to speak another language.
It feels weird asking someone to speak their native language because it's kind of like a. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but it's very much like a dance monkey dance. Do the accent. Do the funny.
Do the funny thing.
Do
the funny mic. Do the funny mic. It's just say
It's
something
like,
in French.
Oui. I know how to say je t'aime.
That's good. That's I love you.
I love you. I learned that.
I like you.
I learned that specifically because one of my exes was taking French, and I was trying to,
You did it good. That's big points right there.
I
Winning
took
hearts.
Latin, so big dead language time.
If only was still alive.
Yeah,
French, Spanish, pretty much Latin.
It's weird because like, I took Latin before I took Spanish in high school, and when I took Spanish, because Spanish, French, and a bunch of other languages came from Latin, I'd see a Spanish word that for most people would be like, oh, that's easy. I genuinely had to break it down and be like, well, that root word in Latin means small, so I'm pretty sure that means small, and then I just figured it out.
Yeah, fucking Spanish is the same thing. Like I speak French, my first language, and I took like Spanish class in high school, and it was just beginner Spanish. It was just like to get an easy credit.
Yep.
And everyone in my class speaks English, and like I would just show up, and I'm not the one that's the greatest at learning a language, another language. So my friends would like just make fun of me, like you're gonna be bad. And there's just random ass big words that we never learned. That's the same thing in French. And I'm like, that means fucking bathroom. And they're like, what? Where is it? How do you learn that word? Like, there's no correlation between what we learn and what you know.
There's oh, go ahead.
Go for it. I was about to say they all seem the same.
Yeah, with Spanish and French being fairly close, my stepdad's dad, so my step granddad, they're all from Louisiana, so they speak Cajun French, which is like French but different.
From where?
From Louisiana, they speak Cajun French. They're from, it's near a town called Alexandria. That's the closest big town down there. Oh, poggers?
Okay.
Are we related? Are we cousins, Praise?
Where is Alexandria? I've definitely heard of that town before.
But because he speaks Cajun French and he was in construction, I'm pretty sure this isn't news to anybody, but there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people who work in construction. And a lot of them don't, like, there's a small handful that actually speak English. So what he did was he was the GC or the superintendent. So he was over
Who's
the
the
guys.
big man?
Yeah.
Big man.
He needed the guys to do stuff, but they genuinely just didn't understand him because different language. And he got fed up and he started speaking Cajun French, and they understood enough to get the job done. So he'd speak French, they'd speak Spanish, and they would kind of get it.
Yeah, French Spanish is really, really similar. That's why, like, I had like my we had to do this thing where one of our final exams that they showed us like a picture, and it was recorded and shit. It was you know what IB is? The IB program.
I've heard
The
of it.
IB, the International Baccalaureate. So
Yeah.
one of the Spanish class, your final exam was they show you a picture, and they're like, describe what you see, and then you just talk for 5 minutes. And I'm very smart, and I just didn't study or didn't care to really learn words.
Mm-hmm.
So I showed up there and I look at the picture and I'm just like, well, shit, I barely know how to. I click something. I barely know how to like fucking say what those a person is called. It was a
Mm-hmm.
rain. I forgot how to say rain, so I just started saying words in French and adding like ah or o at the end, and it worked fairly well. I passed the class. I'm changing color
Ooh,
right now. I'm
little switch up
lost
on
the
you.
I lost the color I was at.
Oh no, you
All
lost
right,
the
we're good. We're
vibe.
not gonna use colors anymore.
It's fine. I've got no light here until I actually get my setup back. I'm working with what I've got. So
I'm working with LEDs that are also white now. So for people that are not watching right now but are hearing, there's talking about the lights behind. We have LEDs and shit.
yeah. One thing. One of the first things that I wanted to bring up was, so I just got off stream. If you're listening to this, this is recorded right after I streamed Roblox, and
Poggers.
this happens a lot. Is when, like, okay, at the time the kid was like, "Hey, 1v1 me." I was like, "Okay," and you could tell he was a kid, like under 16, and the dude was like, you could tell he was watching the stream to see where I was at, and
Wait, what do you mean where you were at?
like it was just 1v1 on a big map, and he would like
Oh, I was screen
disappear.
like just stream peeking
Like,
and
yeah,
shit.
just stream sniping hard, just like, oh, he's over there, he's running that way, I'm going that way, and he, like, if you watch the stream, he on paper destroyed me 38-8.
Wow, you really fucking suck, eh?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. So like, at one point, like, I genuinely just kind of stopped caring too much because in my head, I thought, because this happened in the past before, where someone who's watching gets to interact with the streamer and they get to have like a really good time because they're like, dude, I beat this streamer. I destroyed him. I'm super good. And there's times where I'll get a DM afterward from that person who will say something like they're not having a good time at home, and like that's the one good thing that's happened to them all day, and I get like super sad, and so I just accept it, and I'm like, hey man, good job, and then I'll just take it on the chin and move
I
on.
don't think I've ever had. Well, I might have had a situation like that where people are like, "Yay!" Like people that come in and really have a good time come in stream to like decompress. I don't think it happened too much with
Mhm.
me. It definitely happened where we had like very lovely conversations, but I think for my streams, yes, I can be very wholesome, but I don't tend to talk about it that much. I get really distracted easily.
Mhm.
So like if someone comes in and say like, "Hey, I had a bad day," I'll be like, "That's really bad for you. Like I'm happy I can make it better," and shit like that. And I'll see like a fish in some Nautica and I'll start killing it. And I'll completely forget I have that discussion. So I've never really had a DM. I've never had a DM after saying thanks for streaming, and I feel like I would probably cry a bit. Not gonna lie if that happened to me.
So when I was on Coomcraft, and now we're both on TTV SMP,
Poggers.
one thing I did in both of them was, well, for different reasons, but I started the therapy nights. And the idea behind therapy nights was, like, if a streamer's playing and they've got nothing better to do but they want some content, call me. I'll jump in and we'll do a fake therapy session where you're like, oh, I'm upset, this creeper ran up on me, and then I'll just like, I'll treat it way too serious as a therapist, like, and how did that make you feel? Let's talk about it.
I think
And
you've had it built in TTV, but I don't think it blew up as much as you would have liked it.
if we're being honest, I did it in TTV purely because I got genuinely upset because I know nothing about modded Minecraft, nothing. And I was like, you know what? There's one thing I can do, and that's mine. I know how to make strip mines like a motherfucker. And dude, I had it set underground, like deep
But
underground.
builders,
Dude, I was in it, and I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect all of these ores, and when people need them, get them from me. That was the idea.
and then you realize
Um,
that.
But Pin shows up, And because he's like, modded Minecraft God over here, he comes down, sees it because I'm proud. Because I'm like, I know it's not much, but it's something. And
Not much for its honest work.
within the same time frame, he said, "Oh yeah, this is pointless. I hope you know that." I said, "What do you mean pointless?" And he pulls out a pick and he says, "I want you to use this real quick."
Is it
And
a hammer or?
it was a pickaxe, but like instead of like a click and a hold, it was and the block was gone. Like an
Oh, was it
instant.
the atomic disassembler? Yeah,
Gone.
I rush that shit all the
It
time.
was just gone. And I just sat there and I got upset and he broke down why what I was doing was pointless. And I got like a genuine I was upset because I spent hours setting that up.
Yeah, the thing with
And
modded, you can't really use. You can use previous knowledge of the game, but like, you have to know that everything you do in vanilla, that's usually good, will be voided. Like, you can't make mob farms the way you do it. Like in modded, you just find a drop of evil, drop it on grass, and then 1,000 mob will spawn in the next 10 minutes.
yeah, I found that out the hard way.
The hard way.
And I got like genuinely like not depressed, but I was upset because I put all that time into something that was pointless. And I got in a call with Frag and Mac, and I was just upset. And they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I said, "Dude, I'm pissed." And I just broke down what happened. They started laughing at me, and I said, "You know what, boys? I'm bringing it out of retirement." And like, wait. And I said, "Yeah, therapy nights." And they were like,
Therapy nights, let's
"Pog."
go. I know I've been in one of your therapy nights, but it was a bit more chaotic, I think, than you anticipated.
Bro, it happens every time because it'll start how I want it to, but then someone jumps in who wants to be part of the thing and be funny, and they completely throw it off, and then everyone starts shooting each other.
Yeah, I remember I was there, and I saw it was
Story
with yeah, there was Story, Russell, and Bladen, I think.
and Pin.
And Pin, was it Bladen or Pin?
It was Pin because
Pin.
Pin always takes it one step too far when someone threatens him.
So I remember I was sitting on my. So that was like a while ago on the modded to TV SMP. Cage had his little therapy thing, and I was just with him. We were originally trying to collect skeleton horse to go rob everyone, and it kind of like escalated to us just walking around doing random shit.
Yeah.
And anyways, therapy happened. I ended up being a bodyguard so that no more than one person would go in and interrupt the therapy night. So I was sitting outside with my skeleton horse with my cowboy skin, looking mighty useless because I had no armor.
Yeah, but it threatening nonetheless.
Yeah, I was threatening. I had my
Had the gun
Mr.
out.
I had the gun out and the Mr. T hat, I think, just sitting there. And it just degenerated where there was a whole chase with guns that do literally no damage.
Yeah, like I shot someone with the pistol, and it, like legitimately, Bladen looked at me and said, "I hope you know that tickled." And then he pulls out a gun that's twice the size, and I hauled it. I ran.
Yeah, it was just a whole. Oh, sorry, I burped. The whole race in your minds that were just destroyed on
They're
the
still
way.
gone.
They're destroyed completely.
My poor minds. They're just ruins now.
They lived a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was using the builder. So there's this block called the builder from RF Tools, which is pretty much like a glorified quarry. If you guys played modded, and it works very very well.
Boy, does it work.
And you can also like break things and play shit and like move things. So recently, me and Cage went we went back on the server and we see Kunai, sorry if you're hearing this, but we stole half of your panda and placed it like 100 block behind because the builder stopped working. So builder, once you know it exists, your mining becomes useless. I don't think I've strip mined once. Just
Yeah.
stole things from the beefcake.
Yeah,
What's
and he has so much. I don't think he'd notice.
A systems.
So with the therapy nights, when I originally started them, it was on Coomcraft because I genuinely didn't know what to do because everyone was starting jobs and one person made a bar, One person made like I think it was Fresh. She made a foot where you go inside of the big toe, and you legitimately for diamonds sold feet pics.
Oh, that's hot.
Hmm.
That's hot.
And she had a lot of money,
Just a lot of feet pics
a lot of
acquired.
diamonds. It was nuts. It was nuts. 3 of them were pin.
I like how you know that for a fact.
Yeah, he showed
How
me.
many of them were yours?
None. I didn't know. I would have done so many. But my thought was like, okay, what's something simple, easy, and doesn't require my poor knowledge of Minecraft? Therapy. And I've pretty much always given off a kind of a like a more wholesome vibe. Like obviously, my streams get chaotic and loud and funny, but I try to keep it very wholesome and not family friendly, but friendly. You know,
You're
accepting.
definitely like one of the guy that has the two most extremes on a stream. Because on one stream you can be like talking about what love really is, and like the one we had when we stole the when we, sorry, when the panda lost half of its body and got displaced to another undisclosed location.
Hmm.
And there's other streams where you just shoot each other's with guns
Yeah,
that do no damage just for bits, just for fun.
yeah.
And honestly, the beautiful things about your streams that you never know what to expect,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a beautiful thing.
Like there's days I'll come on unprompted and I'm doing Stream Racer, and I treat Stream Racer like it's actually NASCAR, and I will commentate the absolute dog shit out of it. I am going in, and I am keeping up with first place, last place, middle. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm making updates and
You mean first place and losers, right?
yeah, and any second place is first loser, baby.
If you came first, you're last.
Exactly. But there's streams where I'm just going off being a commentator, like taking it way too seriously for no reason. And then there's ones where I'm just like, I want to vibe out and talk.
Yeah, I feel
So,
like when I do those vibe out, just vibe and talk, I just turn off camera
mhm.
because I
Easier to
don't know
focus.
why. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, including you. When you have your camera open, do you feel like being more
Watched.
funny and energetic,
Hmm.
or do you feel more like talking? Because for me, when my camera's off, I'm usually just vibing, and when my camera's on, I'd have more like body energy,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
two kinds of streams that I
Hmm.
kind of rotate from.
I I know exactly what you mean. I've felt that. Um, but for me, my first stream was with Facecam, and I've never not had Facecam. Um, and whenever I do want to get like very serious and need to just talk and not read chat, not listen to anyone, I just need to talk. I completely avoid eye contact with the camera and I just stare.
All right.
Because for me, it's easier to just focus, and it seems like instead of talking to people, I'm talking to the game.
Oh,
And
so it kind of like helps to just speak your mind
mm,
without distraction. Yeah, I'm terrible with
it's
keeping track of what
easier.
I'm doing.
It's easier to talk by yourself than it is to talk with people watching you talk by yourself.
Oh, it's way less stressful.
Hmm. And there was a stream where something big happened in my personal life, and no one IRL would answer their phone or open up Snapchat or look at a text, and I needed to talk then and there.
Yeah.
Um, and the only thing I could think of genuinely was just turn on my phone. I turned on stream, and I just needed to talk to someone.
That's good.
And because I typically whenever I do random streams off schedule, no one shows up because they're off schedule, and they're
I
like,
Do
somebody
you
else
have a
is going.
schedule?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, fuck! I wish I could do that. I'm so fucking garbage. I remember I used to stream like almost daily, like
Hmm.
maybe once every 2 days. Now it's just like I look at my fucking computer and I'm like, all right, let's stream. Open OBS and just tab out and leave it open and just
Yeah.
watch random videos.
Hmm. It's
I have a
it's a real thing though. It's
I have
rough.
a little question for you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's a bit on off topic.
That's fine.
Before you told me before we started recording, uh, I just want to say right now before I forget. You said you used to do music and shit. Do you want to elaborate on that? Because I don't think I've ever heard about it or anything. I know you have a, fuck, what's it called? The mouth blower thingy. You
A
know the thing you blow
harmonica.
in? Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Do you wanna kind of tell me what your music things were?
So no one really knows because this happened all before Twitch, and I try to keep it all hush hush.
Oh, you don't have to.
No, no, no.
You don't want to.
It's mainly because no one's asked, and if someone asked, I'll tell you whatever. Just ask, but no one's asked, so
I'm asking right now. Elaborate.
um, so the easiest one to start with is podcast. So before Twitch, before this podcast, and before Twitch, I had a podcast. It was 5 episodes with my buddy. It definitely got my foot in the door with understanding how to talk on what's the word, like online, how to keep yourself going, how to have thoughts in the back of your head, doing all that stuff, and that was pretty much that. But music, I've taken music seriously since I was, I want to say 12, 13.
What do
I'm
you
20
play?
now.
Do you play or
Um,
sing or?
Pretty much whatever. Like,
Oh.
so I started music with like I was traditionally like classically trained with tuba, trumpet, trombone, stuff like that.
Oh.
Um,
So a good blower.
and like I genuinely think that's why I'm like, whenever I'm on the harmonica, I don't know how to play the harmonica, but whenever I'm on it, I can like tell like, okay, I need to go this direction for this type of note. Like I can feel it.
I never understand those instruments.
It's just it's just a different way and a different style of using them. And once you get it, you can pretty much translate it.
Yeah.
So like after school, I was all in middle school. I really wanted a bass guitar because I was like, I'm a big boy. I got thick fingers. Guitar too difficult. And so 4 strings, super thick, and I got really good at bass. That's what I played for years. And then I finally saved up enough money one day, and I got myself a guitar. And I really hate teachers because I don't like teachers for music.
Do you hate
Because-
teachers or do you hate authority?
No, music teachers.
Okay.
Like, my thing with music is completely subjective. It's all based on you. So
Oh, yeah.
what sounds good and what process works for one person will absolutely not work for the next.
No.
So I genuinely believe, like, get a teacher to teach you the basics, the complete foundation stuff that you need, and then get out. Teach yourself. Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look up, like, even games like, okay, so there's a game called Rocksmith. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
Negative.
Rocksmith is a game that goes into you can get it on PC, PS4, Xbox, but you plug your actual guitar into your console or the PC, and it's Guitar Hero but with real chords.
Oh. You know, that's dope.
Yeah, and it's all accurate, and it'll teach you. So when you start a song, it'll be the very bass, like rhythm chords, very slow.
Yeah.
But after you start, like,
Finger exercise.
as soon as it's like, okay, so you know the rhythm section this well, we're going to start with a few notes from the lead, and then it slowly eases you as you keep playing the songs.
Huh.
So you genuinely plug in your guitar, and you, like, I was playing Rush my first 2 songs I learned was The Anarchist by Rush.
Big Time Rush?
No, Rush.
I,
You're
See,
Canadian.
I've heard of it.
How do you not know Rush?
I'm a dubstep guy. I don't listen to
Oh,
anything
my man.
except that.
My man. But Rush, old school. Rush is an older rock band. Very. The people at the time would have called it hippie music. Very different. They used a lot of analogies. So like, they were talking about the government, but they were using trees as metaphors.
Oh, that's deep. That's
Yeah, saying
deep.
how like one tree is casting a shadow that won't let this tree grow, and all these big trees are like talking down to it because it'll never be anything, but it's their fault. Like it's
Oh,
metaphors, you know.
it's
Um,
big.
but actually, my first three songs, there's "The Anarchist" by Rush, there's "Bat Country" by Avenged Sevenfold, and
I know
there
them,
and there was "Moonlight Sonata" by Beethoven.
but X. Oh,
No,
Beethoven.
on the bass guitar.
Damn,
Doo 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 doo.
damn.
But
For
yeah.
teaching things, I think so. You probably know that I'm a DJ.
Hmm.
So I'm a EDM thing. Do dubstep, drum and bass. All the EDM you can think of, I can DJ it, but it's not necessarily an instrument.
Hmm.
But I know you hate teachers, but the amount of time since I like buying an equipment that I have, it's like 1,300, I think, to mix.
Hmm.
And you can't really, you know, DJ without equipment. So people would ask me like, "Hey, how do you mix? I want to learn how to do it." And we're going back a few minutes back from what you said
Yeah,
earlier,
that's fine.
but literally the thing what I tell them is, "All right, so you got your start button, you got the cue button, you got the volume here, the little fader you can, play with, put the volume track in and out. That's how you move the track, and that's your bass, mid, and highs." And I can't teach them how to DJ or anything because I have my own style.
Hmm.
I
And
mix
that's
different than someone else would. Yeah, so what I do is like just hop on, explore because the way I learned it is just by playing. I just bought the table and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna mix until I can decently do stuff.
hmm
And there's no video online that can teach you how to do like even though you can see how a chord is made on guitar, making more understanding.
yeah,
That doesn't mean because you know how to do it, you can do it.
yeah,
So I just let them use my table for fucking hours until like they understand the basics on how it is, and then you can decide, oh, what should I work for? What should I learn after?
yeah. And I think
Yeah.
that even like I know you said it's not an instrument technically, but I would
I think
consider
it
it an
is.
instrument. I would consider it an instrument. Um,
It's a different instrument because I do not create sound. I think
but you're altering and you're playing with it, and
I
so
am, yes.
because of that, it whatever music's made, that's pre, but then it goes through you to something completely different. I consider that music, and that's an instrument, you know.
Okay.
And I definitely agree, but that's like genuinely, if you were to tell me that, I'd pretty much just agree and say that that would be the foundation, like the very basics you
Yeah.
need. Like this does this, that does that. Just play
How
until
like
you
just
figure it out.
how can you use your tools to make it as efficient as your style allows it, kind of?
I think a big thing that people want when it comes to a music teacher is like obviously they want to know how to play the instrument. Um, but I think one thing that they want is to know how to play their style, but that's
Yeah.
on them.
I see more like a yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's like a way something to look up to.
Hmm.
It's like
You,
when you're it's like when you're trying to fucking run, right? You're gonna
hmm
look at someone. Let's say you're trying to learn how to sprint fast. You're gonna look up Usain Bolt and see his technique, and then you're gonna try to do that. But
hmm
you're gonna understand what he does, and then the rest is just figuring out what works best for you for your anatomy and shit.
You can teach technique, but you can't teach style, and that's something that you need to develop on your own as a musician.
Can you not? Can you teach style?
I mean, if you're gonna like, you can teach like if you want to talk about like genre style.
No,
So
not
like,
genre, like a style of playing.
oh, you can be taught that like a style of playing for guitar would be like flamenco picking. So they use all five of their fingers, but they use it in a certain pattern. That's something you can teach. Is like you do it pattern in this certain way, and that gets the style you want. You're like, oh, okay, but you can't teach them what chords to play in what order and when to throw it on to make it sound good. That's for them to experiment and just figure out and be like, actually, I think it sounds better if like on the G chord I do it this way, and it's
Yeah.
it's a very music's a completely subjective thing, but there's a lot of things that like I feel people want to, and this can be generalized for anything. Is a lot of people want to be, they want to be good at something, but when it comes to putting in that hard behind the scenes work, it kind of they just don't want to, and then gas
Oh
just
yeah,
drops. So it's
yeah. I
just.
see. I see what you mean.
But with music, I've done bass. I taught myself guitar because I figured it out, and I was just like, it's okay.
I've done
Drums.
guitar too.
I see drum. I want a drum kit so bad.
Yeah, it's fucking. I could play Rock Band on the drum, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick at Guitar Hero. Give me a guitar, I can do the Mario theme song.
Oh,
That's
dude.
all I. That's all I can do on guitar. Dee, 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 dee. That's literally the only shit I can do.
There's a for one of my music classes in high school, it was a percussion class. But because I knew how to play bass guitar, I got to play bass for our final concert thing, and we played
Ooh.
Mario. And so, yeah, while there were guys over there doing the bells for like the ding when you hit the
Mhm.
coins, the entire time the underlying song that everyone knows, I had to be in the back playing it on bass.
Oh, that's dope.
It felt so cool. I'm not even
That's
gonna lie to
fucking
you.
dope. One thing I don't understand about guitar, and you need to enlighten me on this.
Hmm.
How the fuck do you play on the guitar
Hmm.
and sing
At the same time,
at the same time? How is that humanly possible? Enlighten
genuinely
me.
practice, and whenever, typically the singer isn't the lead guitarist.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Reason being, it's a lot easier to remember in your head and muscle memory that like the song goes, it goes A, C, G, D. A, C, G, D. Okay, it's really easy to remember that. And then strumming pattern, it's all muscle memory at that point, just keeping the rhythm. So
Yeah.
while your body's doing that on autopilot, you can go through the words and sing it and put your style for your voice on it, and that's how you do that. But
Do a fucking solo and then
it's
add some lyrics on top.
it's very difficult to try to remember the song, the lyrics to your song when you're doing sweep picking and you're trying to remember like you're going through all this. Like that's very difficult.
I tried. So the reason why I learned guitar, so
Hmm.
I've learned one song. It was for my dad's birthday,
Hmm.
for Christmas, sorry. So what I did is I got guitar classes because I knew jack shit about guitar.
Hmm.
And he worked me until I would be able to like pick a song and kind of like teach me the chords of it and shit. And the whole plan was to get a song that kind of like talks about like I'm his son, ooh ooh, super cute, shit like that. I love my dad. And there's vocals on top of it. So I've learned the song completely, all
Hmm.
the chords and shit. I don't remember the name, but I remember how to do them. Some fucking I'm putting my fingers in weird ways. If you guys can't see it.
Like power chords.
Yeah, I'm doing some chords and shit. And I tried saying the first verse, which was like, "Hey, mon petit homme." It was a French
Hmm.
song, and I couldn't even say it without stopping the guitar. But if I kept going, I would be, "Hey, mon," and I would just die. I would just stop working. And I feel like it's the same
404.
thing with piano. 4 error 4 4. Page not found.
Praise.exe stop working.
Stop working. I think it's the same for piano.
It
Like it's
I
just two hands doing different things.
I feel like
I
some
it,
people are just they're just wired to like everyone's built very differently, especially mentally. Like I
yeah,
think that also comes with how you learn. So there's a lot of
yeah,
mechanically like hands-on learners who like if you told somebody how to do something step by step, they wouldn't be able to do it. But if you sat them down and showed them specifically what part to lift and what part to move in, they got it. It's in.
yeah.
And then there's people who are vice versa, who they need to, like, they'll just read it and they can understand it. And there's people who, like, you're wired different, but when it comes to playing and singing at the same time, I genuinely believe it just takes practice.
Do you think it's like Okay. So you know how piano you can do like two hands doing different things, and then you have a guitar, it's like singing and playing the guitar. Do you think someone that's good that can play both instruments would sorry, fuck, let me try that again. Someone who can play the piano would do it like very good. Would they be better at playing the guitar and sing at the same time? Or would they have to relearn the entirety of like splitting kind of your action of your hand and your brain? I don't know if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But yeah,
that part, it's so there obviously is like historically a large connection between if you know guitar and you know knowing piano, like learning it's very easy. Like theory wise and the chord structure, it's right there. Only difference is instead of it being this way, it's now this way, and you're like, oh.
But is the
okay.
separation of your hands and your like finger
when it comes
guitaring and singing?
I feel like your mind will still be there to where you understand how to differentiate and separate those two things, like the two actions of singing and playing an instrument. But I think it just depends on how good the person is at both instruments. So say they're good at guitar and they're good at piano, but they're learning how, like they learn how to sing while playing guitar, but they didn't learn how to sing while playing piano. I think that could still cross over, but that would take a few. I think that still would take a few test runs because it's just it's new, and you're putting your body into a new environment and a new system, quote unquote. So I feel like you just need a few practice runs, and you'd be able to catch on if you got it.
Cause so when another example when I DJ and shit. So when you try to mix two songs together, pretty much DJing, to make it very simple, is just taking multiple tracks and transitioning them together and playing them at the same time. Often there's a lot of time when you play dubstep and shit, you could play 3 songs at the same time, which would just make one big bowl of head banging bass. But in DJ, pretty much you want to transition from one track to another, make it as smooth as possible to make it seem like it's one track. And I know I'm really good at, I'm able to do that transition at the same time where I'm choosing another track and playing my headphones. So I'm hearing 3 songs pretty much at the same time, and I'm able to time another one and add it without even thinking about it. And with that, I thought I'd be able to also kind of like, because I got to be able to split kind of 2 things, one of them being making a transition of 2 tracks already playing, and the third one is listening to another one and making it match to the same beat kind of. And even then, I can't fucking sing and play the guitar. It should be simple, but it's not. How long do I have to play the guitar until I can play fucking Through the Fire and Flames and sing it? It's not a hard request.
That's a very hard request.
No, I have one song I want to play.
Through the Fire and Flames.
And Mario theme song, but I can already do that, and there's no vocals, but we don't talk about it.
if you want to practice, there's songs I'd say you should practice where that's 2 to 3 chords. You can practice that. No.
Doom, 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 doom.
That actually, like, after you play it for, like, those simple type riffs, when you play it for 3 minutes straight, there comes a point where you're just like, wait, where am I?
It's like, you just keep going. At one point, it's just like, did I play that one already?
Yeah, because your mind... Because
doom.
it's so, because it's so monotonous, your brain kind of shuts off.
Wait, big word. Can you go back?
Monotonous?
Oh, that's sexy. Can you define that for me? I don't know what it means.
Mono, 1. Very simple. You're doing one task all the way. So, like, if you're sat there trying to keep a simple beat.
Monotonous is like automate and mono?
No, monotonous. Now you got me messing up. Monotonous is when, like, you're playing one thing. So, like, okay, imagine you're at a drum set, right?
Yeah.
All you're doing is the bass drum, right? Sat there with your kick drum. That's it. Nothing to keep it interesting.
Shit.
Nothing.
Yeah.
when you do that one thing constantly and it doesn't stop, there's no time variations. There's no like hit, pause, hit, pause, hit. Like, no, it's
Oh
the
yeah,
same
I
thing.
know what you mean. Yeah,
You
yeah.
get very bored and your brain shuts off. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
this is easy, so I'm going to autopilot that and keep going.
And at one point you just kind of like, and you just like do something twice and you're like, wait.
That doesn't
And
feel
then
right.
it's hard. And then you have to tell your brain, go back, keep going, just jump on track. And it takes like a
An
couple
extra,
seconds till your brain's
yeah.
like, wait, okay, I gotta keep going.
Yeah. I think everyone hits that when it comes to those very simple tasks.
Are you talking about Super Mario theme song right
No,
now?
I
You're
was
saying it's
I was
simple?
I was swapping out the word fuck you, praise.
Nice vernacular there.
I was trying, and now I've said it so much I lost.
You're the French one now.
I'm French. I'm oui.
You're what? You're wee wee?
Oui.
Fuck.
But with guitar, I'd suggest learn the song Changes by X. It's 2 chords.
When you say
Legitimately.
X, I just think of XXX Tentacion. Rest in
That's
peace.
him.
Wait, really?
Yeah. X.
Wait, what song?
Changes.
What song is that again? Can you sing it?
Baby, I don't understand this. You're
Ooh.
changing, I can't stand it. That one.
See, I was expecting to like laugh at you, but now I can't. Like now I just can't because it sounds good.
It's easier to sing whenever I have my guitar, but it's in the car and I keep forgetting to bring it in.
See, how the fuck do you do that? Like,
But with that song, just learn the 2 chords. It's 2 chords. 1, 2, 1, 2. Learn those. Get it down where you feel comfortable hitting those 2 notes at the same time. Play the song. Play those 2 chords with it. And if you know the words, cool. Then just plug and play. And once you've got it, just practice a few times, and it should be okay. And
I'm
then
good at Guitar Hero. Does
Hey.
that translate?
look up Rocksmith and just type Rocksmith and any song, and there is a tutorial that is it plays just like Guitar Hero but with real chords.
Oh,
Do you see it?
God. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously at first it's jarring and it takes a little bit of a learning curve to know like, okay, this color's for this string, but once you get it,
Oh, it even has a slides shit.
Yeah,
like
and
when you slide from one.
it shows you the entire song, and it's any song, and it'll
Jesus Christ.
just dropping things over here. Praise. Look at
It's
you.
my vape all the time. I just have to fidget on it.
Oh yeah, let me hit my vape too.
The other instrument I play is the recorder.
Oh, we actually had to
Somewhere.
learn recorder in 3rd grade. We were tested
I
on the
also have
recorder. Oh, can you play Hot Cross Buns? I feel you, I see
That's enough. That's enough ear rape for today.
you. It was beautiful. But yeah, with that, I'd say it just takes practice. It's really one of those things you can get it. It just you have to practice it and practice it correctly. Because if you just jump in, it's gonna suck, and you're like, oh, this sucks. This is difficult. No one can do this. It's impossible.
This is Moon Runes.
Moon runes.
I cannot process.
One thing I wanted to step back, like, what now, 20, 30 minutes now with the
go for it.
Minecraft.
Mining away. Go for it. I'm just pouring another drink.
So, I started the therapy nights as a joke, as just like, oh, big funny meme in case somebody needs content. I'm here, free content. But therapy
Wait, one
nights.
second.
Go ahead.
1 second.
Ooh.
All right, keep going.
ASMR. But people in chat were taking it a bit too serious, like I was an actual therapist.
You know why? Sorry, I'm interrupting you. I think why it's because on our level, we're always interacting with chat. Like if we had a couple hundreds of people in the chat all the time chatting, you wouldn't be able to interact as much with the chat. So you're able to be in a character pretty much all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe because we're smaller, and I think it happened to me before too. Sometimes you do a bit, but because you interact with chat so much, it's hard to decipher what the joke is and what's not. Like for us, it's really evident.
Yeah.
Like when I make fun of people and I just like actually just make them triggered, people think I don't like that person or I'm
Like,
just
no, it's
simply that.
purely a meme.
It's purely as a meme. Like, and I'm sure other streamers know when you're because you kind of have like a different energy when you play a character.
And I feel like when you stream, you can look at other streamers and you can tell.
You know, yeah. For I don't know about on a because I didn't really watch streams. I kind of just like started streaming
Mm-hmm.
probably a couple months, like 2 months after I started the watching streams again.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't really watched streams as solely a viewer. So I don't know if some people are unable to decipher what's a bit and what's not.
There's
But
definitely people like that.
yeah, that by itself, I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like for me, confusion is extremely funny.
We're like, hey, they don't know. Don't tell
Yeah.
them.
So, do you remember the test we did? The chaotic thing test?
Yeah.
So, it pretty much said that me and you are chaotic. We're different kinds of chaotic, but we're both
on the other opposite.
yeah,
ends of
so
it.
I'm more of the I think it did say
Evil.
chaotic evil, yeah, and then you were chaotic
I actually
something.
took the test twice. One said I was chaotic neutral. One said I was true neutral.
Yes, mine
Then
said
again,
chaotic neutral.
It could have been those weird ass questions in that one.
That's true. So I got like chaotic neutral and chaotic evil. So I pretty much get off at seeing people suffering. But at the same time I do it like most of the time I do it it's a bit cuz I wouldn't actually be an asshole on stream except if it's a bit.
Like, I don't like seeing people in pain and dealing with stuff,
A
but
different
I'm
case,
not
not like
gonna lie. I think about it.
yeah, like when I say dealing with stuff, I don't mean like
Like, no,
making
no.
fun of something bad happened. Let's say like your dog died in Minecraft and you're sad about it. I'll fucking shit on you because it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I will like I know it's sad.
Yeah, where you're like,
Like,
oh
I won't-
man, poor Roscoe.
Yeah, yeah, I was like, oh man, it's okay. He's happier now. Shit like that. I kind of just like
He's
I'll
happier.
give
He's
it-
away from you.
he's away from you. I'll make a couple minutes of like a couple jokes about it, and it'll be the end.
Yeah.
But some people are just don't really know if do I mean that? Like, do I
Yeah.
actually am I actually an asshole?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes, but not that much.
So, and that's where it started to get, and it's the reason I quit therapy nights for so long was because I got genuinely depressed because this one person came into chat and said, I need help now. And I was like, okay, cool, therapy night. And
Yeah.
they started talking about how at the time they were 14. Their brother, who was 17, was genuinely physically abusing him. And
Not PogChamp.
when he would bring it up with the mom would do the same.
Ooh.
And there was talks of taking his own life, and I talked and did what I believe as best as I could for on the spot playing Minecraft. I did
Playing blog games, saving lives.
like I did as much as I could, but I had to quit. I had to end stream then because I didn't know what to do. And when I ended stream, I was spiraling. I was super depressed, and I was like, I'm just a streamer. I'm literally like at the time I was like,
Yeah.
I'm 19 years old. This is not no. I am not the one you need
Sorry,
to talk
I'm
to.
not laughing to make fun of it. I'm just laughing.
No, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
And I quit therapy nights.
Yeah.
And it was, I want to say, a week ago now. I got a message from a random Instagram account, and it was that kid. And he had said, hey, I know it's been a while, but I wanted to let you know that I am seeing an actual therapist and things are starting to get better. And
That's
I've
great.
never been happier.
That's really good. I think for the one difference between you and me, in terms of wholesomeness, is that you're really good at talking with people about their feelings and shit, and kind of like give a point of view and like what you really think about. For me, as like I'd be like, this is very sad. I'll talk about it for a little bit, but I'm just gonna make a joke about it, and it's not even because I want to make fun of that person,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just that it's just a way for me. I try to make people feel better by making them laugh. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever, so an example, whenever my girlfriend's sad, I just poke her face. Just kind of do this till she laughs. So she's like, "The fuck are you doing?" Or I just look at her like this, and it's just it's really stupid. Like I'm really unhelpful
Mm-hmm.
at the exact situation, but I think I'm pretty good at putting your head somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
kind of.
I think that is helpful in itself because
Yeah.
it's that whole thing of if you don't laugh, you'll cry, and
But
and
crying is good. Crying is
crying
good sometimes.
crying is very healthy when it's needed. But I feel like you doing what you do is also very important because
Yeah.
it definitely shows that like as much as your situation is important and needs to be addressed, you have to understand that you can't dwell on it.
Yeah, it's
And
not the only feeling you have.
and as soon as you can combat it with some sort of a positive emotion, like laughing or making a joke about it, it really does help alleviate the situation and make you understand, like, okay, I, I'm okay. We just needed to get it out.
Things will go past. Have you seen there's this streamer that I watch. I'm trying to whip out his name right now. But
Cage Tunes?
also he's pretty cool, but there's he's this actual therapist. W-
Doctor.
Omega Wibble showed it to me.
I know. I've seen his stuff. He's an actual therapist, and
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot his name.
What's his
Oh, what's his name? What's his name?
It's
Oh,
not Doctor Disrespect, guys.
no,
I'm
not at
just
all.
letting you know right
It's
now.
not. It is not Doctor Disrespect. I can
I'm going through
assure
my
you
follows right now.
that. It's Doctor. Oh no! Therapist on Twitch. Let's see.
Just therapist?
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Found him. What's his Twitch name? I know that's his like real name, but I can't pronounce that.
Fuck, I'm trying to figure out, guys. This is an actual.
Healthy Gamer GG. Uh, it says Doctor. It's a guy who's helped out big streamers like Lily Pichu and Reckful, but rest in peace to Reckful. But that was generally the first one that popped up on my screen. But Dr. K. Dr. K.
Dr. K?
Yeah, that's the name, Dr. K. But he's like an actual therapist. And when I watch his streams, like, I definitely take notes where I'm like, in case I need this, I know how to talk to people in these types of situations.
Is it him?
Yeah, Dr. K. Healthy Gamer GG on Twitch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not his. That's not his main channel.
I don't. It has to be Healthy Gamer. It's like a
No.
pill. Like a
Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
someone else.
So yeah, someone else I watch. I'm gonna have to like look it up, and I can just tell you after. But
Okay.
that guy pretty much. I can't stop looking for it. I need to find it.
Um.
Focus.
While you find that, one thing that I
Dr.
wanted,
Mick.
Dr. Mick.
Dr. Mick Live. And he does game sessions, so gaming sessions.
Mhm.
And pretty much what it is that he'd be playing games. He plays a lot of Destiny 2. And he is a therapist.
Okay.
And what he does is just play games and talk to chat. And his community is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Unpaid sponsorship, by the way, boys. This is not an ad, but Dr. Dr. Mick Live, he will play Destiny, and his viewers will just talk about the way they feel and shit like that. And he just talks about he won't tell you what to do.
I
He'll
think that's the
give-
best thing about.
Yeah, he'll
therapists.
give his opinion. I think he's a family something therapist. and he's also streaming with other therapists who does like mental health and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think rated him a couple times. He's pretty big, not as big as Dr. K, but it's so amazing whenever I have those streams where people are kind of like feeling kind of down and shit. I don't fucking know what to say. I'll make fun of a little penguin in 3 seconds if you tell me that you're really sad. So what I do is I just kind of like, when I'm done the stream, I'm like, hey, we're gonna raid Dr. Mick, this guy, and be like, go enjoy and shit.
Mm.
And I think this guy and then Dr. K is the two therapist streamers kind of that I know.
I think
That are
that's
kind of poggers.
I think that's a pretty responsible thing for you to do, is like understanding the vibe and like, okay, tonight there's a lot of people who need to talk, but I'm not the one to talk to you. Here's someone who could actually help you.
Yeah.
Which, you know, not everyone streams to be a therapist, to talk to people and help people, but like if you know, like, look, you need help, I genuinely am not the one to give it to you, because that's not what I'm here for. Like, you're not going to get good advice from me. I'm going to give you
I
someone
can't
who
even
knows.
understand. We can't even process sometimes. Sometimes people come in chat and say, I feel sad, and kind of like in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
we'll like, let's say we're building a house and there's a creeper that shows up. We'd be like, oh, you're sad? That's sad. And we kind of like, forget that there's an actual meaning behind it.
Yep.
It just gets lost, and it's you can't really hold us accountable for it. As weird as it sound, we're
entertainers.
yeah, we're not. It's really sad to say, but we're not accountable. That's me speaking. I don't know about you, but the way I see it is, I'm not the person that should be solving your issue.
Yeah.
Like, I have, as selfish as it sounds, I have other things to do
And
than to care to a singular person needs.
it sounds selfish to say, but at the end of the day, that's just a fact. Like, we're on here to entertain, to make people laugh, or to just hang out, give people a chance to just vibe out. You know, we're not here specifically to help people. Like, if we choose to, good, we'll do it.
I'd be happy to talk about it off stream.
We're not
when-
qualified.
We're not qualified. My DMs are open. Everyone can send me a DM. If anyone's feeling sad, I think that goes for a lot of streamers around. We deeply care about every single person, almost, except fucking troll and little bitches.
Yep.
We care about every single one of you guys that comes in chat, because you, first of all, take the time to come see us and shit, and we want to make sure that everyone's having a good time. And a lot of people, I think, for me personally, I know a lot of people about the people that watch me, because we just talk to each other and shit. But I don't have time to focus on one thing, on one person.
Yep.
But I will take time to ask you after. But on the go, I am unable to solve your problems. I can make you think of something else. I can fucking do a big giant penis on Minecraft if it makes you happy. But I can't like give you a deep talk.
Yeah. And not everyone can, and that's perfectly reasonable. We're not here like we did. The only qualifications we have to be where we are now is we have an internet connection,
Pretty fucking good one.
and we don't like to shut up. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we like to speak. The word vomit, as we say.
Now, I think because my chat and my community I've built is very, I feel like mine's very wholesome, all things considered.
Oh yeah.
Whenever someone
Definitely.
comes in and needs to talk, typically not much is happening at that very moment, so I'm like, okay, let's talk, and then we'll get into it. And
Yeah.
I might not be able to give you a definitive, this is what you do, this, and this, but I can say, out of what I see, I definitely would try to do this, or I would think of it this way to give you a different perspective, so you can think about it critically and not out of emotion.
The way it happened to me is like not gonna give name or specific ways it happened, but someone would come in and tell me like, "Hey, I'm sad," and like, we're not big streamers. We have, even though I just said we have things to do, we still have like it. We still interact with chat,
Yeah.
but we would pretty much just go like, "Hey, what happened?" If you're feeling comfortable, like we can like just talk about it quickly and shit. So they'll explain me very brief, whatever it is, and I'll give one speech uninterrupted of me speaking about it and what my thoughts is on it. And after I give this, I will usually have one or two follow up with this, and then after that, I can't help you more than that. My brain and knowledge on mental health is limited to what I know, which is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So after I give my answer, I can't really help you.
And that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
To get on a little lighthearted of a
Yeah.
note, do you know? I think I attempted to talk to Pin about this when we were in person, but Pin in real life is Pin on Discord. It's just chaotic. But do you know why I decided to rob people of dirt?
Because you're dirt poor.
No. So
You like dirt. You're a dirty man. You dirty, dirty man. I knew it. You shower in dirt every day.
how did you know? Do you watch me? Why don't you jump in, huh?
Oh, fuck. I mean, kind of far, dude.
Oh, well,
Whole
you can
Corona
fly.
thing.
I'll buy you a ticket.
You act like if fucking planes are coming to US. You guys are fucking...
I'll smuggle you in.
This is a radioactive zone. I don't want to go there right now.
Just, no, back, sir.
The US is literally Chernobyl.
But
anyways, what were you saying about dirt?
So before TTV, I was in a SMP called Coomcraft with Frag Dempsey, Mac, Soggy, Tubbs, all those guys, right?
Is it the Mac that everybody hates?
Yeah, the one everyone hates.
Yeah. Fuck Mac.
Yeah, all my homies hate Mac.
Yeah.
That Mac. We all were
The simp god.
We all were in
keep going.
Coomcraft, and it was meant specifically for small streamers. No one big. Obviously, Frag was huge, but it was his idea to make the thing, to bring people up. And I want to say I had 30 followers at the time when he pulled me in. I was small, and everything blew up from there. But with Coomcraft, it was such a tight knit group that we all were kind of forced to talk to each other, and none of us were Minecraft streamers. We were content streamers, like variety, just comedy, going off, riffing, just very quick, fast paced shit. And after Coomcraft, we're all still close together. Me, Mac, Frag, Soggy, Corn, all those guys. We're all still together. And then TTV came around. I only applied because Frag begged me to. Fun fact, I'm the only one on TTV who got 0 no's.
Wait, I thought... Are you
Put
the
that
only
out
one?
there.
I think there's another guy that got 0 no's.
Maybe.
I think Beetle Muncher.
But I can say...
I think it... Anyways, you're
help.
big dog.
It didn't help because at the same day, Tubbs got in, and he had the most yeses out of TTV history.
Ooh.
So...
Really?
Rip. He took my thunder from me.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really...
Votes anymore.
No, not the votes. It's the stats itself. I don't think anyone really... Like, I can tell you the amount of time I voted without looking at the amount of votes it was before, just so I don't get biased. So to kind of explain a bit to you guys that don't know about, TTV SMP have this voting system where people that apply, if your application is correct and it passes,
As a
not
community.
I. yeah, as a community, puts you in on an anonymous voting system. You
So
can tell how many people says yes or no. Sorry, go for it.
essentially, everyone who's in TTV is because the other members of TTV voted yes.
Yeah. And you can't really, so there's this thing that you can't really go if you have more than, if you have more than a third no's, you can't go. So it's
It's
not completely like it's democratic. It's not a 50-50. You have to get the majority,
I think
pretty
it's a
much.
3-1. So
3-1 ratio, yeah.
if you have 5 no's, you have to have 15 yeses, or you won't get in.
Yeah. And pretty much we all do it anonymously. And I think pretty much what I'm trying to say is I don't really remember what I vote after. So pretty much they give us the application and we get a link for your stream and everything. And you vote and then it doesn't say who voted for who. So it's completely anonymous. But I don't think I remember who I vote for. I kind of just like open Discord, look at the people who applies, and I'm kind of just like, oh, I peep, yes. Oh, I peep, no. Oh, I peep, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember what I would have voted for you. To be fair,
I get it.
the only person that I remember voting for is Beetle Muncher, as I said before, because when he applied, he was actually live when I checked his shit, and he was playing some mod pack that I actually enjoyed. So I got like instantly hooked, and that's the only one I remember saying yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't even know what people voted for me because I know I'm known to make a lot of shit. So if you watch a bit of TTV SMP season 1, there was this dragon fight, the big dragon fight that took like 30 seconds. But since I'm a big chaotic man, there was this path to the Nether, in the Nether to get the portal, Nether portal to the end place. And what I did is that it was a straight line, and then it cut to the right, and then the portal's to the right. So what I did is that I broke all the netherrack when you turn right. So when you're running, you see it. You see there's a netherrack. There's a netherrack on the right, but as soon as you turn, there's nothing. And Bladen jumped in it. Bladen jumped down, and it was lava under it. And I remember getting so much fucking hate for a little bit. People would come in my chat saying, oh, they're talking about kicking you off TTF SMP and shit. And I was like, bro, it was content.
Dude, okay. That's where it is with why I rob dirt, because with TTV. Okay, so Coom, we were together. We grew together because we had to.
We ride together. We die together.
Exactly. But TTV, there were so many people and so many different like sizes and styles of streamer. Genuinely, like it was one of the streams I just didn't know what to do anymore. Everyone who I was friends with was like taking Minecraft way too seriously at that point, and I was like, I'm not a Minecraft streamer. I like this happened on stream. I looked at my camera and I said, I'm not a Minecraft streamer. I'm a content streamer. Yeah. I can't make content out of something I don't enjoy. So I'm gonna go talk to Pin. And chat was confused. I went to Pin because Pin had
talking to Pin, enjoying yourself. What? I'm just kidding, Pin. I love you.
Pin had said in a DM privately, if you need anything, I've got you. I went to him and I said, hey, I need a gun. And he said, not only do you get a gun, he gave me 4 stacks of ammo. Which does nothing, by the way, but I have ammo.
You have ammo. It's flex.
Yeah. And I was just like, fair enough. And I know what I can do with this. And I didn't have a horse at first. The horse was because me and Praise decided to rob people together, but that was after. But the reason, okay, so the first night I did this, I was like, I have power. I know what I'm going to do. And I was like, what can I rob that means nothing, but I still robbed you? And I was like, the second most abundant resource, dirt.
What's the first one, cobble?
Cobble, because it's everywhere. Yeah. There's so much cobble in Minecraft. It's not funny. But you, I just went to people and I was like, I just went to them. I pointed the gun at them and I just typed, put all the dirt in the bag. And then they eat, like, I got told by 3 people, fuck off. And one person looked at me, shook his head no, and kept farming. And I was like, dude.
I remember you joined. I was streaming on the modded one, on the mod TTV SMP. And I was streaming building my base. And you came up to me. We had no interaction before.
0. This was the first conversation I had.
Yeah, I didn't know the man. Didn't know nothing about him. Joins my VC. He's like, hey, Praise. Yo, by the way, my chat can hear that. Just follow the bit. And I'm like, I bet. 3 seconds after, he's like, oh, hey, Praise. Now his chat can hear him. He's like, I have a question for you. And out of fucking nowhere, I just hear, put the fucking dirt in the bag!
Bro, the genuine confusion in your voice. Where you're like,
like I was just following the bit, and I just hear, put the fucking dirt in the bag, and it was probably the funniest fucking bit I've had on TTV season 2. It was the greatest introduction.
I want to say that's like either my top or my second top clip viewed ever. Is just because it starts off like, hey, Praise, and you're like, oh, I'm doing good, man, and put the fucking dirt.
It was just pure chaos, the way we both like it. And I think it was just one of the best way to introduce each other.
Yeah. And
just chaos. And
after I robbed you, I went to Babsity and I robbed her, and she typed in Minecraft chat, oh no, jumped like she was scared, and then threw blueberry juice at me and said, okay, bye, and left. And I was like, oh wow, thanks for helping with the bit, lol. And then I tried robbing Cosmic. That was a bad idea because he one-shotted me.
Cosmic takes so the thing with robbing Cosmic is that he will just do what he pleases. If you guys ever watch Cosmic, if you come up to kill him, he'll just literally stare into your eyes and just say, no. And starts fighting back. But the way he does it is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
But he's fucking, I love Cosmic, by the way. I'm just gonna say I'm a big Cosmic simp. But the way he's super serious is in itself a really good bit, in my opinion. Yeah. Even though he's just like that.
And the big reason why I rob people for dirt was kind of a clouded reason. I wanted to see who was here for Minecraft and who was here for content, who was here for stream. That's good. You were the only one who played along.
The weird part is that I'm a Minecraft streamer. Like, I consider myself very good at the game. In modded and vanilla. But I think that if you don't fuck around, it's just not fun. I don't know.
You're like, genuinely, I saw you as one, like, the only person on there who had any sense of like we're making content. We're not sitting here like, no one wants to watch us grind. They want to see something
fucking
interesting.
Boring.
Exactly. But on top of the good interaction we had with that clip, it was like 2 days later, I get a DM from Praise. I don't even think we were Discord friends yet. I just get a DM saying,
I'm scrolling up right now.
I've got an idea. And I was like, what?
It started off, so I'm going to read it. It says, yo, buddy. All right, hear me out. There's nothing ever said except that bit. Yeah. I said, yo, buddy. All right, hear me out. I got an idea for us. Would you be down to forcefully take over local businesses and house because they don't deserve it as much as we do? And the answer was literally, I'm down, period.
I was at my desk. I read that, and I was like, yes.
And then right away, we started looking for, like, skins and cowboy skins. He's like, I have Cowboy Steve, and I still have that cowboy skin.
I saw you in Sawyer's server, and I saw the cowboy, and I was like, that's great.
Still have that cowboy skin since then, because I don't remember what I had before.
I still have my my cowboy skin, but I still use the hot dog.
Yeah, it's since then I was like I'm a cowboy now.
But like,
I feel like it just fits.
On top of having a great like first interaction, it was just doubled down by like, hey, let's take it a step further. Let's rob everyone. And I think in the DMs I said we taking dirt, and you said no, everything.
Let me see it. The first thing you answered with was every story needs good bad guys, and I'm up for it. With pew pew pew.
Yeah, with pew pew pew. The Pepe.
Queen Cage and Queen Praise.
That was our dude. I was just like, dude, I'm down, because everyone's sitting here trying to build and craft, and I was like, we can do this. And then I hit up Pin, and I was like, dude, and he said, don't start anything with me, but I will supply you. And I said, we're golden.
You started writing in all caps, I am so hype right now. I have Skelly Horse. Bro. And then it just became, I have a fuck ton of dirt, and I said, I'm a pro at making crack shacks.
That's how we started our
this is how our friendship began, and then it just kind of like kept going like that.
Like, genuinely, the first time I ever saw you was I was in a Discord VC. You joined, didn't say a word, put your camera on. You were shirtless driving your car. And everyone was like,
there's no way I was shirtless driving my car.
I saw.
I never drove shirtless.
Bro,
I was probably driving my car.
I sat there and I was just like, who's this man? And they're like, oh yeah, that's Praise. And
whose Discord was it? You know?
I don't remember, but I do remember what in the context. Everyone was freaking out and being like, yo, why does Praise have no shirt on? And then they were like, wait, Frag, you're not worried about Cage having no shirt on? And Frag was just like, dude, he has his shirt on every Discord call. I'm used to it at this point. I remember that.
I know for a fact I never drove without a shirt on.
I just remember you were shirtless. It looked like you were in a car. You were sat down. I can say that. But dude, that was the first time I was like, who's this man's?
I have the bad habit of joining Discord calls and turning my camera on. Mm-hmm. For some reason. I just think it's really funny.
Bro,
and it's like free content.
Late night Discord calls, I join, say nothing, and the camera is at my face.
In your bed with your fucking sheets. I thought it was tractor sheets. What is it on it again?
They're bicycles.
Bicycles. My girlfriend had tractor sheets at her parents' house, which is fucking dope. She had tractor sheets.
Poggers.
And tractor pillows.
Dude.
Hiccups.
But like that genuinely was the reason, like, obviously, when we raided Phoenix, she was like, "Oh yeah, Cage jerks Praise off." Like, but it's genuinely because you're one of the few streamers that I genuinely see as like not only a friend, but like you're out here for content. You're not here for like that Minecraft grind.
No, absolutely not. I like playing the game off stream too, but I don't think playing the game itself is funny.
Yeah,
I'm gonna flip that around. If you had to say a big streamer that you enjoy, their like style, which style would you say you like?
Like,
because for example, like, so sorry, to stream. So I like the stream energy of like Schlatt, pretty much. The humor of Schlatt, but I also have kind of like, I'm also actually good at video games. So I feel like I have a mix of, like, I'm giving an example of Schlatt, but it's pretty much like a little bit on the darker side humor, edgy, you know, like the cool kids,
yeah,
and super chaotic. But I also try to like make it so that I actually know how to play fucking games properly.
Yeah.
If you had to put yourself kind of like on a spectrum-ish on who would you think resemble what you do?
I genuinely don't know enough streamers to get the vibe just right. 'Cause, like, the way I describe my streams, obviously you can describe how yours looks because
like so it's not like a description of what my stream is because it's no way near it.
Yeah, but it's how
I think it's how I envision it. ish.
I what I envision, like what I would want my ideal stream and my ideal chat to be is more along the lines of like a Tim the Tatman.
Okay.
Because obviously living with family still, it's not, I can't be as animated as I would like to be.
Oh yeah.
But genuinely, like, he takes the time to talk with his chat. He's very wholesome when he needs to be. But also, whenever it comes to the game, in it, he's involved. He's chaotic. He's working for the content and making these. He knows there's going to be funny clips here and there. But one thing I see is like the whole time I was thinking about that. I enjoy streamers who are complete opposites of me. Like
Like complete opposites of what?
like how Soggy streams and how Moist Critical streams. Monotone,
Okay, yeah.
cold, dry humor, funny. I think it's hilarious, but I can't do that. I can't pull that
Yeah.
humor off, but I think it's the funniest thing.
Yeah, no, I can't. For me, being monotone does not exist. Like if I say something, I'm gonna be really crunk the way I say it, kind of like word vomit shit out of my brain, or I'm just gonna be like do fucking weird faces and poses. I don't think ever I'd be able to just speak words out of my brain that are completely monotone, but I think that kind of humor is hilarious.
Dude, that just like dry, like Frasier-esque, where it's funny, but it doesn't. It's not overtly like you gonna laugh, guys.
Yeah, it's like they get straight to the point, which is I think why Moist Critical is
Killing it.
he's one of the funniest and like okay, I wouldn't say like I don't mean smart as in like intelligent.
But like
I
how
mean
he's playing.
humorly, yeah, like humor smart. Because he says things and everything he says is said for a reason and it's to entertain.
It's definitely one of those things where you, he's funny, but he's not trying to be. He just genuinely is funny.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's very pure.
One,
And I think that's probably what is success.
I think
Is
there's a
that's
lot
why.
of I think there's a lot of streamers who I prefer their videos on YouTube over their streams, just because I don't like that style of content. Like Ludwig. As much as everyone loves Lud streams, I respect the guy.
Oh, I love Ludwig videos over Lud streams.
Yeah.
Same for you know who RT Games is?
No.
So RT Games was mainly a streamer, but I started watching him in his early days of YouTube, and I don't know how I can explain his videos. Do you know who Call Me Kevin and shit like that is?
I think so.
So his videos are hilarious. They're super simple. He doesn't have big reactions. He makes simple jokes, but the videos, man. He streams all the time and he'll make like good quality videos out of it. And they're so great. Like I don't know how to explain it. He'll just play Subnautica and he'll make like recently he made a Subnautica series. I'll give an example. And he was able to pretty much make a 5-minute segment of a video about just making a submarine look like a foot-long subway. Which by itself should be like a 3-second joke, but for some reason his videos are so well made that he can keep constant content going for his entire video. And I think he's kind of like Ludwig, where his streams are kind of like very slow paced. And you won't really realize when it's a funny bit. But when you put it on video, it's like, you know that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I think it is just some people are their style and how they are just really fits certain platforms, and other ones it may just not mesh with me, and that's fine. I get it. he's hugely popular on Twitch. I'm aware people like him, but I just feel like for him, I prefer the videos just because it's more
Yeah.
condensed and it's not as drawn out.
Question for you.
Yeah,
What do you watch on YouTube?
bro, anything and everything.
What's in your recommended lately?
I think we can pretty much end on this, but it's like a lot of my YouTube, bro. I've been watching a lot of like hour-long documentaries about the
Oh.
most random things. Like I'm talking hour-long like tea spilling videos, history of Wings of Redemption, freaking like all these like random hour-long videos that no one would care about. I genuinely enjoy them.
If you I'm gonna give you like a little end that way to end it. If you had to give us three channels or three like videos that you saw that you would recommend to people, what would it be?
Okay.
In your what you like and what you think people
So
would enjoy.
I like a lot of things most people probably wouldn't expect. So
It's perfectly fine.
I'll give
I want your
two
answer, not what
videos.
people want to hear.
I'll give 2 videos and 3 YouTubers because I think that pretty much describes what my comedy really is, like what I enjoy. If you're gonna look at video, it's gonna be the history of Wings of Redemption. It's gonna be like an hour-long documentary series about Wings and his history, how he got to where he is, and what happened, the rise and fall of Wings, something like that.
Yeah.
The second video definitely is going to be the D'Angelo Wallace breakdown of Shane Dawson.
Okay.
It's very intense to watch, but I've watched it like 5 times. I genuinely enjoy that video. Any Jay Aubrey video is really good too. Like Jay Aubrey kills it with the style that I enjoy. But on top of D'Angelo Wallace being a YouTuber, I recommend there is Taylor Riley. She just does random YouTube videos, and I love every one of them. And then there's Allie Hills.
So you're into like long videos more.
So I really like really long videos. That's the thing, the kick I'm on. But Allie Hills and Taylor Riley are like regular YouTubers. They do 5 to 15 to 20-minute videos. If you want, okay, look this up. Allie Hills, the 2 shots of vodka meme. She actually made the drink and tries it out.
Oh, that's hers. That's the 2 shots of vodka.
No. She found it. She was like, you know what? No one on YouTube's done this, and she genuinely followed the recipe, made the drink, and tried it out.
Oh, I think I saw it somewhere, like on my recommended ones.
It blew up. That video exploded.
Oh, yeah, 1 million views.
Yeah, but I love her videos. She's also a musician who has really good songs.
I see the guitars in the back.
Taylor Riley, she's a YouTuber she's also a Twitch streamer who she is, I don't remember the exact name of her condition, but she is a shorter person. I don't know what term she prefers, but I believe you understand.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, a smaller person.
Yeah,
But
I know
she
what you
is
mean. The opposite of me.
the editing is at times the editing is cringe, but I think that's what adds some of the funny to it, where you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. For me, if I had to give, so I love skits.
Mhm.
I think it's really funny. If I had to give I've been watching a lot of Gus Johnson.
Oh, dude, yes.
There's Sven also. I forgot his last name.
Sven Johnson.
Yeah, there's Long Beach Griffey.
Yes, dude, he's so funny.
They are hilarious. So Long Beach Griffey are pretty much just skits that are just over the top screaming. Kind of like there's another guy that does something similar to him.
Does he have like dreads and glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Fuck.
I know he does one where like his like oh
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, Caleb City.
yes.
So Caleb City, Long Beach Griffey, Gus. I fucking love him. There's this guy that I just recently found called Ryan George, and he does those series like someone like he recently made one I watched today. Is traffic reporter who doesn't understand helicopters and they're just really stupid. Or first guy who ever swam and he's just like, I am hovering at the top layer of the drinking stuff. I'm having a fun time. And it's super funny, but like no punchline really.
Yeah.
And last thing I've been watching is Hugbees. Who I recently just saw. He's just taking the how it's made videos, and he's making it instead how it's actually made. And he's just voicing over a video and making it ridiculous.
I don't know if it's him, but there's a video I found where I genuinely was curious at like 2 a.m, and I typed in how marbles are made. And there was a guy who dubbed over it, and like it seemed perfectly real.
Is it how it's? Yeah, it's how it's actually made. Yeah. Is it the Jawbreaker one or?
No, it was marbles because like it seems real for the entire thing. And then
it
out of nowhere,
definitely is him. Yeah, saying, it is him.
And then he makes the marble dildo, and you're like, wait.
Yeah, it is him. It is him. That's Hugbees.
Bro, I died.
He's hilarious because he takes the actual videos and follows. Everything and speaks in the same way the video will be made,
and then out of nowhere,
it's just like this is the machine going slowly. This machine is broken,
bro.
Now this machine is fast.
It's so good because he'll make a point where like you'll catch it, like he'll say something like, "And this thing does this because it does this."
Yeah,
and then you'll sat there and you're like, "What?" And then he's already on another topic. So
it's just like he makes it seem so real, and it's funny. Anyways,
it's so good.
If anyone listening right now or watching, if you have time, go check what we just said. Enlighten your day with new recommended in your YouTube.
Yes,
you might not know what you start to like or enjoy.
Yeah, might find something new and interesting.
Yeah,
but I want to end this and say thank you to everyone who is either watching this on YouTube or listening on any of the other platforms.
Yeah, they're fucking poggers.
Big poggers. This has been episode 1 of the Cage Cast, and episode 2 will have. But I don't know how to do a drum roll, but drum roll, please. Sawyer from It's Undecided TV on Twitch.
Woo! Big bug. I fucking love that man.
Yeah. So hopefully look forward to that next week. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and take care.
Adios, everyone.